Yo, it's the Giggler, and I'm rocking with DJ Pest, the bad guy. Yeah.
Hey, what up, what up? It's your boy DJ Pest, aka the bad guy. And I am going to be talking to my guy, the Giggler. DaGiggler. Somebody I met not too long ago at Rock the Mic Wednesdays. Rather he's performing on a cypher or he's performing on stage. This is a conversation long overdue. So let's get into it. Yeah, man, I am talking to the Giggler. And I already had some questions I had wanted to ask you. I already had a bag I was gonna get into, but I wanted to see what you wanted to talk about. I met you at Rock the Mic Wednesdays, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How did you hear about Rock the Mic Wednesdays?
My producer, 1200 Runway, he had sent me the flyer. It was actually a $500 contest. That was the first time I went.
How long you been out here in Arizona?
I just came from Houston, so I've only been in Arizona for about six months. Probably a little less than that, honestly.
How you like it out here?
I love Arizona. There's a lot of opportunities.
Yeah.
People show love here. There's a lot of love here, man. I love Arizona.
Yeah, man. Arizona love you.
Plus, I can hike. That's another thing.
Yeah. So you into the fitness then? I guess that's my next question.
Oh yeah, my boy. I do the hiking. I do the running. I do the biking too. I do all three of those and the weightlifting.
Okay, we're gonna talk about that. But the one thing I wanted to ask you when I first seen you, you have this character, and is it on? Mm-hmm. Is it just on stage? Or are you the Giggler everywhere? Is it 24/7 or just when you performing?
Really, that character that's on stage. That's only on stage, man. I try my best to stand out amongst 50 rappers. I want people to really remember me, how I made them feel, and really follow me everywhere. So that's pretty much, just on stage, I'm like that. Behind the scenes, I'm a little nerdy.
Oh, like gamer nerd or like TV show nerd?
I'm going to say like TV show nerd.
All right,
up and down.
All right, so what's your favorite TV show? Like, what's one show that you watch for somebody being like, what?
Come on now. It's two shows, actually, that I watch back-to-back. It's got WandaVision. Got my Marvel head to the T.
Okay.
And Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh, okay.
Those are my two shows right there.
Listen, this conversation can go all over the place. Like, we can hit so many different corners. This would be a whole different podcast if we start dipping into that bag. But let me focus on this. Yeah. When was the first night? When did you become the Giggler?
Oh, man. I remember I was about, let me say, 19 years old. We had an open mic, and it ended up being a draw. And the dude I was going against he was pushing 30. He was up in age. And at that point, that's when I had to switch my style from, at first it was something up dancey, tempo, just having fun. And I had to hit him with that hardcore rap. And then after I won my first rap battle, that's where it kind of took off from there. Everybody was like, yeah, that's it. So that's how, Giggler came about.
Hold on, wait, you said rap battle?
Yeah.
So you in a battle rap too?
That's how we get down in Florida.
Yeah.
If we have a competition and it's a draw, those two, we got to go head to head.
So you can do the cypher, you can perform, and you can battle rap. What else?
Yes.
What am I missing? What else can you do?
I do poetry, spoken word. I do R&B. I sing. I do it all, man. I do it all, my boy.
Well, how long have you been doing this?
Well, I've been around music since I was about 10. Mm-hmm. I've been actually rapping for about 7 years.
What were you doing before you started rapping?
I was just ghostwriting. I was ghostwriting for rapping.
Okay, so do realize that's another that's another check on things you do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do ghostwriting too.
All right, so now I'm about to just start shooting from the hip. When you're doing spoken word, is it the Giggler or is it another person?
It's all the Giggler.
It's all the Giggler. So when people even when you're writing for people, it's like the Giggler wrote this.
No.
Oh yeah, see
now that's when we get into
let's get into that.
The thing is with ghostwriting, it's not about me. It's all about what the artists want to say and how they want to push out their message. So I remove myself, my style, my personal preferences completely out of it. Mm-hmm. Versus like when I'm doing poetry and spoken word, that's coming from my soul. You get what I'm saying? That's where I'm delivering from me.
When it's all said and done and you become successful, what is your passion to be successful for?
Oh man, I wanna give back to the community. I plan on opening up a music academy to help kids get them off the streets and stuff like that, and I also plan on opening up my own nonprofit organization too.
Mm-hmm.
to help kids that's in needs in the shelters and foster homes and stuff like that.
You don't know how to play an instrument, do you?
Oh no, my voice is the instrument.
Okay, I just
My
want
voice is the instrument.
I just wanted to make sure. I didn't know if you was like getting down on the bass or something like that. Like, all right,
Man,
okay.
I'm learning, man. I want to learn how to do it so bad too.
How is for so because you've been in two major pockets with it, you know, you being in Florida and then you being in Texas. How
Yeah.
different is Arizona from all of that?
Um, I would say Arizona is a lot more calmer. Um, Arizona forces me to really have to focus on one thing because the crowd is so different to the point it's almost challenging for me that to perform songs and write songs that fit everybody here because it's a bigger melting pot for me, in my opinion. Versus back in Texas it was a real black crowd. Back in Florida, real black crowd. Here in Arizona, man, we getting a little bit of everybody.
I tell people all the time, Arizona really doesn't have a sound, and that's no disrespect, but it just doesn't have a sound because
Yeah,
nobody's from here. So you just have all these different sounds. Do they make one sound? I would say no, but that's also the great part about being in here because you can be your own person and you can have your own lane. It's not
yeah,
oversaturated because it's just so many different
yeah.
styles. So yeah, when I first seen you perform, and I called your name and you did the laugh, I said that was interesting. You know what I'm saying? Like that's interesting. Yeah, and then you performed. Then the lyrics. I didn't know at the moment what inspired you. I thought you were really doing a Joker, um,
Hmm.
impersonation, and I thought it was dope.
Hmm.
And when you even what you rap off, I remember you rapped off maybe not the first one, the $500 challenge, but I remember you rapped off that Missy. You rapped off a Missy beat, I
Yeah,
think.
that was
All
the
on my
last
grill.
cipher I did.
Was it all on my grill? What was the Missy
No,
song?
I did work it,
Work it. You did
work
another
it.
one, didn't you?
Hmm. Yeah, I did the first one. I did the Timberland beat.
That's what it was. It was Timberland, Missy Timberland.
Yeah.
It sounds too much of the same. Uh, yeah.
Same
So
out there.
yeah, and when you rapped off that, I'm like, yo, this is really really dope. You know what I'm saying? And I thought because of the
Thank you.
$500 challenge, I usually don't see somebody after that because they're so into winning that, and when they don't win, they get frustrated and they be like, "Fuck that
Hmm.
platform" and stuff like that. But I kept seeing
Hmm.
you. I think you've probably been to every. I think you probably only missed 1 week since that last challenge, right?
Yep.
Or you been all of them.
No, I only missed one.
Yep, you only missed one. So I really do appreciate
Yep.
you being ambitious about, you know what I'm saying, always like being present. And because of you being present, you're now in the conversation when I'm talking to people outside of Tosos. So when I'm speaking to somebody, I was speaking to AZ
And that
way
I
too active.
appreciate.
Yeah, no doubt. I was speaking to AZ way too active. And they were talking about how they
Hmm.
seen you at my show. And I think you might have performed
Hmm.
for you might have performed for them or you might have sent something in. And we was talking like, yeah, the Giggler, he cold. Yeah, we really like this artist. So that's good seeing
I
that.
appreciate that.
Yeah, it's good seeing that grow. Like it's good seeing your name grow out here in this community, actually fast, because you're actually starting to rub elbows with the right people.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the key. That's the key right there.
Yeah. So now we get into the cipher, and it's so dope to see everybody perform just in a modern. Okay, what's interesting
Hmm.
about what you said, but then when you see you bring that character to that cipher platform,
Yeah.
you immediately stand out. You know what I'm saying? Like you shine
Yeah.
bright. So I really do look forward to seeing you and more of them because at this point I tell people all the time Rock the Mic Wednesdays is a platform for you to practice. That's not even we don't even call that a
Yeah.
stage. But it's just one of those things where I like seeing people come out and grow. Like a lot of the artists that I have worked with in the past came to that platform, and now they say now and this time, like I started when I was over there with DJ Pest, you know what I'm saying, and now I'm here and now I'm there. So I like seeing it, but
Yeah.
I want you to tell me how your impression was of the cipher. Like, have you been in a cipher before?
I've never done a cipher.
Mm-hmm.
I've never done it. That was my first time with the Timberland beat. I remember sitting there when you had brung it up. I was like, what is a cipher? How am I supposed to do it? I jumped on your Instagram. I did some research real quick. I'm like, okay. I literally went into the car, and I remember you had did like a 10-minute break. I wrote it outside. in
Gee.
my car. And I came back and I was like, "Yep, I sent you the beat." And then, yeah, don't breathe. And that they just came together real nice.
Man, that
Hmm.
sound like you always had that in the tuck.
Oh nah, that was literally memorized in like 10 minutes,
But that come from the songwriting.
real
Like
quick.
you can yeah, you do this. Like you write music.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I put pen to paper, and it don't take me long to memorize something, especially if I'm rapping about something that's real.
Hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, that cipher that was exciting. That was real exciting to do, man.
You want to do more of them?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, I'll be back. Well, you said that we ain't gonna do one next week because of the competition. Oh, but I'm gonna be back February, the first one in February.
I'm gonna try to keep doing them because I feel like if I can do that, that'll open the door for a broader opportunity. You know, I think I can give people
Mm,
more of opportunity than just performing because with Rock the Mic Wednesdays, that's a showcase by artists. It's only artists in the building. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like bringing that cipher to the forefront will make other people, chime in on it. And I've been putting
and
videos.
it's more exposure too.
It's so much more exposure. It's so much more exposure. The only thing I'm personally having a challenge with is I have to make better selection. I have to make better selection of who I'm having a cipher because I am finding myself explaining what a cipher is. And the guy that did it on the cipher you was on, it was no disrespect to him, but he came onto the cipher and he did a song that he already had out on Spotify.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I didn't really understand why he did that because that person can rap. Like that person, I could take off my hat and be like rap about Made in China, and you know what I'm saying. He'll go bar for
Mm-hmm.
bar. I think he might have did it before he performed. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know why he
Mm.
did that, but I want to have a cipher where it's just all just off, not off the top because even the greats like Jay-Z has hit Hot 97 and did a 16, but that
Yeah,
16 be on his next album. So it ain't necessarily off the
right.
top, but I do want to see more artists just like hitting that and taking that a little bit more serious. You got your new song coming out, Carl. Let me tell you.
Yeah, it's out now. It's on all platforms.
What talk about the release?
All right. So actually, I released it a month ago when I moved here. That was my first single in Arizona, and right now, man, it's doing so good. It's opened so many doors for me. It's got me on stages that I never thought I would have been on stage performing that particular song. It's doing good on TikTok. It's doing good on Instagram, Spotify, and Apple Music. So yeah, I love that song so much.
You got any other projects?
So right now I am working on my EP.
Mm-hmm.
It's titled "The Godson of Soul." It's going to be a lot about me as a person, how I grew up, where I grew up, who raised me, a lot of my morals and values. It's all coming from the soul. So that'll be my first EP ever released.
Mm.
So that's what I'm working on with 1200 Runway right now.
What is it gonna sound like?
Ooh, it's gonna be hardcore. It's gonna be rap. It's gonna be hip hop.
Yeah.
That's what I'm. It's gonna be hip hop. Yeah, old school hip hop. Right now, I got the storytelling aspect of it in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really gonna have to put pen to paper for this one.
So you talk about storytelling. Who is your top 5 artists? Hip hop, rap,
For rap, okay. You got Buster.
of course.
Dang, that's a good question. I love Buster. Mystical.
Of course.
Phil Mob. Ludacris.
Okay.
I love Nicki.
Old Nicki or new Nicki?
Old Nicki.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
When Nicki first came out, Nicki.
Yeah.
My number 5. I don't listen to too many rappers. Hold on.
All right. All right, look, we can stop
Yeah,
right there.
I just got them 4.
Yeah, we can stop right
Yeah,
there.
I only got
So
them 4.
if you don't listen to too many rappers, you're driving down the street, you cruising, you going to your destination. What are you listening to?
Monica. I'm jamming Monica. Tamar. Fantasia. Whitney Houston. I'm jamming all the R&B girls, the old school like 90s and up. Yeah, I'm R&B head all day, man.
Does any of that inspiration bleed into you rapping?
No. And that's the best part. I don't like to be influenced by too many people.
Mm-hmm.
So because they don't rap and they don't do none of the style of music that I do, that's perfect. So when I go in the studio, it's me.
Yeah. She said, "Is it worth it?" I don't know. If you would have, because that's what you said in the cipher. If you would have said that and then just walked off, I would have probably thought that was the hardest. I don't know why, but I would have thought that was the hardest bar that, you know what I'm saying, that you said. you have a very interesting beat selection, and you have because
Mhm.
I think I can't remember it because I'm listening to so much music right now. But even when you did the was it the last cipher where you were telling a story about like a family member or something?
So that's let me tell you.
Yeah. Okay. Let me tell you.
That's the single.
Yeah. Okay. See,
Hmm.
I'm listening. I just can't. It's so many things that you do. I can't really place like where I heard it, when I heard it. I just know I heard it. So in that
Yeah.
song, let me tell you, what are you talking about?
And so I'm pretty much talking about how I was raised and who's raised me. I kick off with my grandmother, rest in peace to her, Rawls. I talk about how she helped me, taught me how to run a storehouse and help us sell Percocets and certain things with her. Then I move on to my father, and I talk about how he raised me, especially with my sexuality. And then I move on to how I was in school growing up. And then from there, I just summed the whole thing up at the end to let everybody know now that I'm grown now, more of the story you can get done up.
Mm, mm.
So yeah, that's pretty much let me tell you. It's a whole little plotting scheme to it.
What part of Florida are you from?
Broward County.
For the people that don't know, I'm one of them. Where is that? Like, what's the closest main city, major city?
The closest city to that will be Miami. Broward
Okay.
County is where Kodak from.
Okay. Did you notice? So I was recording like when we started Rock the Mic Wednesdays. You know, everybody got that color. You know, CP time. So I used that opportunity to record mixes for the radio station. Did you notice I was playing a lot
Hmm.
of Florida music when you was in there?
Yes, I did. I was sitting and I was like, Florida,
Yeah.
Florida.
I didn't hear any of
Yeah.
that, but I said since you was in here, I thought that I should just get into this Florida bag right quick and let you know how talented I am on these sounds. Like I'm a little,
Oh
Uh
yeah. Oh yeah, you there. Oh yeah,
yeah.
I heard it though.
You got so many things that I really want to talk about because even when you do spoken word, what is it about spoken word that has your undivided attention?
It's the fact that there's no beat. So it is strictly on how you deliver. And because there's no beat, people are actually listening to the content that you have. There is no extra help, no nothing. You literally have to stand in that spot and deliver. And I think that's in the beginning it challenged me a lot, but now it's like an addiction. I like to see people reaction and facial expressions. It sharpens my pen more as an
Mm-hmm.
artist. So that's the thing about spoken word. It's so much higher than rap for me.
What's the difference in writing a set for spoken word versus writing, a hip hop song?
Well, for me, my approach with hip hop songs would be I'm more so focused on flowing and punchlines versus because I want to go with the beat. But versus with spoken word, you just gotta back to that delivery part. It's all on you. Ain't no 808s, ain't no drums, ain't no remedies, ain't no melodies, no none of that. Is strictly on you. So that's what's gonna make or break you as an artist, right there.
Is there ever going to be a day where either you're at Rock the Mic Wednesdays or I'm somewhere else and you have all of these elements in one performance?
Yeah, that's something I'm working on. I'm real big on making sure everything flows
Mm-hmm.
properly. Um, I definitely don't want it to sound like a bunch of different pieces. So that's something I'm definitely working on, a full set of everything that I do.
How soon is that coming? Because I'm ready for it. I got to see that.
Oh, give me to like the end of February.
Okay.
End of February, I'll be ready to go and kick off and do that because I only been doing spoken word and poetry for about 9 months now.
What happened where you went to your first slam and got on stage?
In Houston, man. See, I came from Florida, so I already thought that I was versatile. I already thought that I was on key with all my skills and trades. I moved to Houston. I'm like, yo, everybody's doing everything here. This is why Beyonce is Beyonce. Okay. So one of the big things in Houston was poetry. And my thing is I don't like to feel like and look like a rookie. I don't like that. So I'm learning from everybody. Shout out to Bella the Poet. She's out of Houston. I really learned from her a lot. But I just wanted to swim with everybody. To be honest, if it was a stage, I just wanted to hit it. I got that hunger in me. So that's pretty much where I started off with poetry. And my first poem I ever wrote was Yena's Prayer. It's pretty much inspired by a lot of kids that passed away from child abuse. So, and that poem really took off. It really took off.
Is there any footage of it anywhere?
Yes, it's on my page.
Your
It's on
IG
my
page?
page. It's pinned to the top of my page.
Yeah, I'm on there. I'm gonna check all this out. You got the song out because I want people to see us having this conversation and then immediately when we're done talking, go to your page and they become fans of what you got going on. What would you tell somebody that does not know you why they should be invested in being a fan of you?
What I tell people is that I'm an artist that you can pull my card on anything and everything that I say. And I stand on my two. I stand on my word too. I represent a generation that's kind of silent right now, you know, and I'm giving a lot of gay men voices, a lot of gay black men voices from the hood too. So, I yeah, that's what I tell people. I'm here with a message. I ain't just rapping about nothing that's just about nothing,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
In one sentence, what's the message?
Stand on your two and fuck who don't like you.
I really think that's the best way we can end an interview. I really think that should be what the interview is titled. I think that's what we should really run with that. I really do appreciate you for saying that so bluntly and actually meaning that.
Yeah.
Is there any lows? Is everything high? Like has there and being in music and doing what you're doing, has there ever been a low moment where you're questioning, is this worth doing, or is just your energy is just always up?
Oh man, I go through that a lot. Of course, there's going to be lows. There's definitely lows. I think for me, all those, far as my self doubt, anything personal that I go through, all that leaves once I hear somebody call me to the stage.
Yeah.
I think that's for me. But yeah, I definitely go through the self doubt. Like, damn, is everybody gonna like this? Ha 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 ha. Yeah, like, damn, is everybody gonna fuck with the voice switching and all this other stuff? But once I hit that stage, I just hit it. I just hit it. And that's what I tell all artists.
I'm so proud of you. I have not known you longer than a season, but I'm so proud of you for being so bold and not letting
Thank you.
nobody, not letting nobody change that. Not letting nobody, you just said you're wondering if somebody's gonna like that. I like that you don't give a fuck if they do or they don't. So
Yeah.
that's really gonna help you catapult yourself up into just a place like you're gonna be king of the hill. You know what I'm saying? With that energy
Yeah,
and that
that's what I want to
attitude.
be.
Yeah. So, I'm constantly watching and I'm gonna constantly keep praising and making sure that people, put your name in the right conversations to get you, that good exposure because you deserve it. And it's always one of those things where I see somebody and as soon as I see him, I could tell if this is play or is this serious. And when you
Yeah.
we pulled up last Wednesday, what was that, yesterday? I'm so lost in the days.
Yeah, that was yesterday.
That was yesterday. When you pulled up yesterday and I gave you the mic and you did the one you did the, I would say spoken word because you do that before I push play.
Yes.
I was happy you was doing that. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you did that, I looked at the crowd and see, like who rocking with it. And I could tell people were, like, wow, what's this about to be about? For the people that never seen you, what's this about to be about? And you did that, and then you say, DJ Pest, play the beat. I play the beat, and then you start rapping. It's a rap. Like, if anybody says they're not they don't get you or they don't, they really not a fan of you, it's because I think the competition aspect is too big. That's why I try to remove it. Before you came to Rock the Mic Wednesdays, I was doing $100 challenge every week. And I noticed how it was deteriorating the passion because now you're just coming out, you're feeling somewhat of a defeat if you've been coming if you've been coming for 5 weeks and you haven't won, that has to mess with your mental. Has to.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, let me do it once a month, and that's when I started doing the $500 challenge, and it's just so unique that's the moment I met you. But seeing how consistent you are, I gotta find some way to make sure you get that right light. So I'm gonna do my part.
Oh man, I appreciate that so
Yeah, yeah,
much.
yeah. I'm gonna
I
do.
appreciate that so much.
Yeah, it happens, every blue moon. You know what I'm saying? Where I see an artist and I'm like, yo, they got it, and I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna do the DJ part. The DJ that found this artist and try to put him in the right room. I'm
Yeah.
definitely gonna do that for you because I need everybody to hear your message. Um, and that's that. I can talk for like 30 more minutes about just how proud I am of you and your movement. But
Thank you.
I'm gonna let you.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I'm gonna let you do that though. So for the people that want to look for you, where can they find you at?
Y'all can find me on Instagram. That's DaGiggler. Y'all can find me on TikTok. That's DaGiggler. Everything is the Giggler. YouTube, the Giggler. Instagram, the Giggler. TikTok, the Giggler. Everything. Spotify, the Giggler. Apple Music, the Giggler. SoundCloud, the Giggler. We on there.